This is where I thought I had to go. I didn't even try to do it anywhere else. Like I did a little bit in high school in Florida, and then I tried to go to college here. Like that was like the main goal, is to go to college here and then start doing stand up here.
How long have you been doing stand-ups? I stalked
I've
your
been doing stand up here
Instagram.
for like forever.
I saw some pictures of you at Caroline's from 2016. You look like a fucking baby. I'm like, what the fuck? How long have you been doing this?
Off and on because of the alcoholism and stuff.
Okay.
And the college and COVID and all that.
You
But,
couldn't be an alcoholic and do the mics, or was that detrimental?
I tried to. I would come to Halyards once in a while.
Okay. It was just bad.
I just didn't have the energy to.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because the job I was drinking all day at, so it was like, yeah.
Were you drinking at this current job?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't anymore. But yeah, so Caroline's, that was Ray Goots was putting me up on the Monday night talent show. I'd bark for him. And then he put me up on the Monday night new talent showcase at Caroline's.
Was that a bringer?
It was a bringer, but I didn't have to bring. I would bark.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there was a picture of you at the old stand. I'm
Yes.
like, holy, what the fuck?
Yes. See, that was just that at the time that was to appear cooler than I was.
Was that also a
It
bringer?
was just like an open mic that they do on Sundays at 10 a.m. Yeah.
So you didn't do comedy in Florida at all?
I did a little bit, but it was just like open mics.
Okay. Okay, whatever. We could introduce
Which is
the
what
show.
I do now.
Yeah.
But
My guest today is comedian Mike Miller. You studied film. Have you done anything with that? Would you say you're a filmmaker?
no.
No.
I wanted to go to school to learn the skills so that I could have a trade skill in the industry.
Yeah.
Didn't pick a skill. I don't know. I thought it would be good for stand up to know how to make videos, and then made friends. I really was all in with it.
Yeah, that sounds like you were really ambitious from the start.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you have, okay. I noticed, you have this part of your Instagram where it's your early stuff, and there's just a big gap, and then it's now.
Yeah.
Is that the alcoholism?
That's the best.
Okay.
It's mysterious. I stopped posting, because there's nothing happy to post about.
Okay. That makes sense. All right.
It's been pretty miserable. I don't know what to say.
We've got this conversation.
Things aren't even really good now, to be honest.
I mean, whatever. It's got to be good to be sober in a way.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Smoking a lot. That's been good.
Slightly better for your body.
Yes. Way better.
It's way better for your body.
Way better.
Yeah. I drink a very moderate amount, and every time I do, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? This is horrible.
Do you drink more or less than you did in NOLA?
Way less.
Really?
That's the best thing about moving to New York for me.
Cool.
Is New Orleans is just where you go to be an alcoholic. And I wasn't a real alcoholic, but that's the only thing people do there is drink. Mardi Gras just started. It's a whole month of drinking and dressing in embarrassing and shameful costumes. Dressing like a woman and going to a parade. I never did this. Other people did.
I went right before I quit drinking with my friends.
You did?
Yeah.
How was that?
I did some comedy. I feel like I met
you
people
did?
that you probably do there. Did some open mic comedy.
What year was this?
This was at fall of 2022.
I might have been there. Where'd you go do comedy?
I don't know where I went. I went to a bar. Someone was doing a bar show. Jorge was doing a bar show.
Jorge Velasquez.
Yes, he put me up.
I'm gonna not speak about it.
Yes, we did. It was fun. I was hammered, but it was fun. The problem that I had in New Orleans was that I actually couldn't get drunk enough because I'd gotten to the point where it was all I was doing was sitting and drinking.
Yeah.
So any kind of thing added to that, I wouldn't be able to get as drunk as I was used to being drunk because I'd have to walk and it would
You got the hand grenades though, right? The fishbowl.
Yeah.
That didn't do it for you?
I don't know.
Damn.
I mean, I was throwing up. I mean, I was throwing up all the time, but I was,
Yeah.
you know.
Jesus Christ. What mics did you do?
None for a while.
No, but like in New Orleans.
We were there for 2 days. I think we did a mic and a show. I don't really remember where the mic was.
Damn.
The show was Jorge's show. I don't know what, but you probably know where that was.
Was it in the French Quarter?
Probably.
Yeah, I did a couple of Jorge shows.
What did you do there? What were you doing?
I mean, I went to college at Loyola in New Orleans,
Okay.
and like I'm from Louisiana, so that's like the destination.
Yeah.
That's the big city, which is crazy to think about.
You're not from New Orleans, Louisiana.
I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Okay. Which is how far away from New Orleans?
Like 2 hours.
Okay.
2 hours
All right.
past. You have to go over a big swamp to get to it.
I don't know the geography of Louisiana at all.
It's New Orleans. There's a big swamp in the middle, and then there's where I'm from, across the swamp.
Across the swamp.
Most people live in the south. Then the north is just horrible redneck land.
Oh, really?
Just sad
Yeah.
trailer
Poor
land.
redneck.
Yeah, South Louisiana's rednecks, but they're fun.
They're cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I just went to college there, and then I figured out you could do comedy when I was like 23. And it just took me like a year to actually do it. But yeah, it didn't even occur to me that comedy was like a career path. So I was like 22.
It's not. Obviously, no one has a career.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't.
I mean, there is no career path. I've learned that since then, but
Yeah.
I've come to enjoy
But to
this.
consider it, yeah.
I enjoy the struggle.
Right.
I actually enjoy the impossibility of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Gives you something to do, right?
It's a good. We were talking about this the other day. It is a good social.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to like be involved with other people, and there's a creative aspect of it too.
It gives you a mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, obviously too. Everybody wants to do something with it. But
well, okay,
I
so
feel like it's.
I was aware of comedy when I was like in high school and shit.
Yeah.
And then I got really into comedy when it was big on Netflix, and then like Louis C.K. was my favorite comedian.
Me too.
And I was like, oh, dude, I want to be like Louis. Yeah.
Me too.
But there was no,
Louis was the reason I went to film school. I wasn't even really that into film. I was just like,
Louis, you want to make the next like Louis?
I was
TV
like,
show?
yeah. I was like, well, now everybody has to do that since Louis is good at it.
That's true.
But yeah,
Yeah, so.
Louis is the best.
But I didn't know how you got to Louis' position. And I went to an open mic and I saw people doing it. And then I was like, oh, it makes sense. You do open mics and then you are awesome and do shows.
And that's it.
And now we're here.
Now we're here.
I'm in New York.
Now
dude.
we're fucking doing it, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how long you been in New York?
2016.
2016. Okay.
Yeah. And I was doing it a lot in 2016. Doing it a lot in 2017. Didn't really do it 2018 and 2019. And then COVID was 2020.
Yeah.
And then I started doing it again more often last year.
Yeah. Did you like hit a peak when you first started before
Yeah.
the alcohol became a problem?
Yeah.
Were you on a
I wasn't passed at any clubs.
Okay.
I was just exactly where I am now,
yeah.
which is just going to open mics
Mm-hmm.
going to open mics and feeling like I know a lot of the people at the open mics, you know, which is
Yeah.
where I was before I stopped doing it. And then when I stopped doing it, I didn't know anyone at any of the open mics.
Yeah, how different is the scene now than pre-COVID?
I don't know.
Are there any like steady characters at mics? I guess that's not.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
If you're going 26 full on open mics from 2016 till now.
Yeah. Grinding. Most people no one's made it.
Yeah.
Most people have put themselves in a position where they can feel like they're further ahead than everyone else.
Yeah.
But nobody is anywhere. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Has anyone made
I don't know anyone that has gotten any sort of success.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know anyone who's made any money?
No. I don't know anybody that's... At least they don't tell me.
What are we
Because I have a
doing?
bad attitude, probably.
I know one guy who has success. I started doing open mics with this guy named Alex Curo, and we started the exact same time. So I've been doing comedy now 4 years, so he's been doing it about 4 years. But he moved to Austin, and as far as I could tell, he became friends with Matt Rife.
Immediately.
He is Matt Rife's opener now. He's on a world tour.
Does he answer you and text him?
I don't text him.
Oh, you don't.
I feel like he'll big time me, but we weren't like great friends.
Right.
He was one of those guys where he wasn't far ahead of me, but he always acted like he was extremely far ahead of me, and that bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
But we're friendly.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
If I see him, I'll be like, "Hey, what's up?" But I will not message him.
And now he is far ahead of you because he.
Oh yeah.
Opens for.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like too that I don't know how good being here is because I feel like people like I don't know, people, a lot of bigger people are based here, it seems like, and so their openers they find like out of town.
Yeah, they go on
and-
tour and they just get
Yeah.
the local people.
Yeah.
I guess some people pick up openers from I know some people who do mics who open for bigger people. Maybe two. Damn, bro, you're gonna talk me right out of comedy. What I bring you here for?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you know more. That's good.
You know, it's funny. One of my favorite jokes here, which I haven't heard you tell in a while, is how you talk about how your intervention was just people saying mean things to you.
Yeah.
Was that true?
The intervention?
Yeah.
Well, the intervention was weird because they had been planning it for months, but I was like starting and stopping a lot, so I would like stop for a few weeks and tell everybody, because I got sober the first time right before the pandemic, and it was a big deal, like September of 2019.
Yeah.
And I completely turned my life around, and then the pandemic hit.
Oh yeah.
And I like white knuckled it for another like 6 months, and then like it was like a year, and then I relapsed and I gained a bunch of weight, all of it back, and I just completely went full blown alcoholic again because it was a perfect time to do it.
Yeah, that was the most I ever drank. Was the COVID pandemic.
And all my friends were drinking the way that I love to drink too, which is just like we're just doing it in the apartment. And we're like talking and not going anywhere, not spending money.
Dude, it was the best in a way.
You're not.
We had the mini fridge full of High Lifes, and then we'd just watch.
So
stupid movies. It's sad.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
We got a dining room table in our apartment at one point, like a big dining room table, and we just would all hang out. Everybody would break all the COVID rules that come to our apartment. It was great. We were like the. And then across the hall were like all these nurses that would wake up at like 5 a.m. We'd be up all night drinking, and it's great.
Were you on unemployment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I graduated in 2020, May 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just did, okay.
So I graduated into nothing.
Into COVID?
Big fat nothing. Yeah.
Did you have any job prospects?
Somebody was paying me to shoot their independent movie for a little while over COVID. It was terrible, dude. I was trying to get jobs I applied for multiple jobs, like Starbucks jobs, different Starbucks, and nothing.
Dude, this is awesome. All right, I love this conversation.
Why?
Already. You know why? Because the whole point of this podcast is kind of that we're not doing that well.
Yeah.
This is all we've talked about so far is how we're not doing that well.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
That's good then. Yeah.
Here's the thing about New York, though, is you do get, I think, a lot better at comedy than other places.
I hope so.
Like, I think you're an amazing comedian.
Thanks. I like your stuff too, dude.
Thank you.
I like a lot of your stuff.
I appreciate that. Like, I don't think we're cellar ready, but like,
no.
You're my favorite guy. One of my favorite guys to see at open mics.
Thanks.
Yeah, I see you. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fun stuff.
Thanks. That means a lot.
Yeah. And maybe it's because you do kind of like, I like the sort of Louis C.K. style of comedy.
I know, it's very derivative. I don't know how to fix it.
It's not that derivative. I know you love Louis, but it's not like as bad as some people I see.
Okay, that's good.
Some people I see, I'm like, that's a direct Louis impression.
Yeah, which I think I used to do more.
You don't do a Louis impression.
That's good.
I just go, you like Louis C.K., and that's the style of comedy you're doing.
Yeah, attempting to be conversational or whatever, mostly just lifting.
Yeah.
The pacing and stuff. But it's not really conscious, you know?
I don't know, but I really enjoy the style of comedy where you're just talking about mundane life stuff, but you paint it in an absurd way.
Thanks.
to where you're not. Yeah. Do I have any kind of style that I give off?
I like your stories. I don't really have I don't have an articulate vocabulary to describe really like.
No, but can you tell any particular comedians I've lifted from now that? Do you watch me and you go, he's a fan of this person? Because I do that with every comedian. I like to.
I don't look for it. It's only if it's like if it bothers me. If it's like.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't look for it unless it is apparent.
For me, it's just fun to be like,
I like. I don't know if you told it at the show either. The show you were on. What month were you on the show? The Alana show.
Probably 4 months ago.
4 months ago.
Yeah.
I like your coach bit. That's like an all-time bit, dude.
Thanks.
It
I
really
did do
is.
it. I did it to close.
You did do it?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you get the tape and everything from that?
No.
I never gave it to you.
Could you all send that to me?
I have it. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
sweet.
yeah. Sorry.
I need tape. Really.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't know you
Sweet.
hadn't gotten it yet. Apologize.
I mean, I could have hit you up about it too.
You should have.
I was aware y'all filmed, and then I
You should
didn't,
have.
so it's partially on me.
You should have.
Yeah.
It's free. It's fucking free. What are you talking about? As a dick, you never sent me the free tape.
I wasn't saying that. But anyway, I also was negligent. Like, I could have hit y'all up. This is why we're not on our fucking grind enough.
I know. I was just clipping all day today. Because I told you my boss is left.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to kind of like.
Oh, you're going through
fuck
your
around a
own
little
tape?
bit. I was clipping.
Ooh.
Making clips.
Have you ever destroyed a heckler?
No. Have you?
No. I've been destroyed by a heckler before.
Really?
Yeah. I did this show in Harlem. And this isn't even a bad heckle.
Yeah.
This just shows how not savvy I am with the audience. I was doing this bar show in Harlem, and it wasn't going well. Just because it was like a restaurant, and it was loud, and there was sirens, and it was just, no one was paying attention. And I was drowning up there. And then there was a point, I hit a punchline, and it didn't go well, and I just paused in just like an awkward way.
Yeah.
And the guy at the bar goes, "You need help?"
Oh, man.
And I go, "What's that?" He goes, "You need help?" And then I was just quiet for like another 15 seconds.
And then just change the subject, like, just said something else unrelated.
Just change the subject. I should have been like, yes.
Yeah.
I could have been like, yeah, I do need help. I could have said anything.
Just to, like, be a little more in control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was destroyed by a heckler.
Oh, he fucked you up.
You need help. That's probably
You need help?
There's really nothing you could say to that.
Yeah, other than being like, yeah, I am yeah.
I've been doing this a long time. It's not your time to talk. Damn.
Not a lot of hecklers, though. Which is good.
I feel like Halyard. We had that guy the other day who was...
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck was he, a paramedic?
I don't know. The guy that had COVID or whatever?
The guy who said he had just had COVID and was
freaked
a
everybody
paramedic
out.
and was too scary for anyone to really shut down.
Was he scary?
I don't know. Who cares? I don't know. We're all pussies.
I know.
Every open mic
I know.
comedians are the biggest pussies.
I know. But it makes it a safe space, though. I'm never, like, scared when I'm in, like... I'm not scared all the
that's
time
true.
anyway, but I'm never, like, really intimidated by people in comedy rooms of, like, this person is, like, a psycho.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Anyone who's doing stand-up, you're like, you're kind
they're
of a
silly.
pussy.
Yeah.
In some way.
Right.
Maybe they're scary in some ways, but other ways.
Right. Right.
Unless they're in the Rogan sphere.
Oh, yeah.
And they do
One day we'll get there. We'll be in the Rogan sphere.
How bad... This is one thing I wrote on this piece of paper. How bad do you want to be in the Rogan sphere?
Ooh, so bad. I don't know, man. I do think Bert is probably the best person to know in comedy. I feel like he probably...
Bert Kreischer?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of his comedy, but I feel like he hooks people the fuck up.
It does seem like that.
Yeah.
I saw his cruise. He did a comedy cruise.
Yeah.
And he also does that Fully Loaded tour. And he has a lot of comedians where you're like, oh, I wouldn't have expected that.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you ever think about doing something like taking your shirt off on stage to having a gimmick?
Having a gimmick for sure.
I was thinking about that. Like, what would my gimmick be? I thought for a while, I'm like, maybe I'll be a hat guy, but that's not a good one to be.
Well, hat guys, that's hilarious to choose to be a hat guy. You have good hair. You don't need it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like the sad thing can be kind of a gimmick. The fat thing can be kind of a gimmick.
Yeah, that's true. But you're not fat enough to be like Ralphie May fat gimmick.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Usually gets sad. This fat stuff gets sad after a while. So I can never do like a full 5 of fat. If I do a full 5, it gets sad by the end.
Full fat 5?
A full 5.
A fat 5.
If I do just fat 5.
He did his fat 5. The crowd all wanted to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Sad stuff is cool. Everyone likes sad stuff.
And, yeah, at open mics and stuff. Too.
If you do 10 minutes of fat and sad stuff.
They don't like it.
Is it fun?
No.
You don't think it's fun?
No. I have multiple tapes of me doing too much like self-deprecating stuff and then being like, oh, this is a bummer. I'm sorry. This is a bummer. I'm just wishing trying to think of any other material that I have that isn't like self-deprecating. I can't think of anything that isn't just like...
You could lean into that. Just you saying that. Or maybe not.
It does hurt after a while.
Yeah. Well, if no one's laughing, for
sure. Oh my God, yeah. Then what am I doing this for?
Dude, when you do a self-deprecating thing and no one laughs, oh my God.
What's your favorite self-deprecating joke that you do?
I don't know. I don't do that much self-deprecating shit, to be honest.
What would you be self-deprecating about? What do you hate about yourself?
I'm trying to think. Do I hate about myself? I know. I feel like I'm a very anxious, a nervous person. I hate how nervous I am.
Yeah.
Anxious, nervous, low self-confidence.
Yeah.
Not really anymore. I used to have really low self-confidence when I was in like early 20s. I don't know. I don't know.
That's good.
I don't know if I have anything that's funny to bring to the stage that I hate about myself. You know, I could just say stuff.
Well, I feel like anxiety stuff is relatable to everybody now because everybody's anxious and depressed and...
Yeah. But everyone's anxious and depressed.
Everybody's got it.
Yeah. I guess I always avoid talking about myself because I don't know.
Appear selfish?
Yeah.
Conceited or whatever?
I don't know, like, you know, I feel like I'm a good looking, like, fit person. Like, I don't want to ever bring attention to that on a comedy stage.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't be like, like comics who go up on stage and they say stuff like, talk about how good looking they are or something. These are the most hateful people. You just hate them.
You can't. It doesn't work.
Yeah. So it'd have to be something inward, and that's what I don't want to bring out.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about some real dark shit I think about or something. Yeah. I don't know. Once you pull it, I don't know.
I'm clipping all the fat stuff I got. That's what I was doing. Because I have some clips where very, very fat. Some of the I was very fat, and the jokes were very like, just they weren't.
Fatter.
I'm looking at all. Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to think now. Now you got me thinking about what do I hate about myself.
I'm sorry.
There's something down there.
I'm sorry.
That we'll pull out for the comedy stage.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at talking to people.
In what context though? Because that's not true across the board.
That's true.
Like strangers?
Maybe. I don't know.
Don't you feel like you're better at talking to like groups of people than one-on-one strangers? I feel like that's something that's like what part of the reason why I want to pursue this. Yeah. Is that it just like it feels better enough to like...
If you don't have to be accountable to one individual person, you're like... Yeah. Doesn't matter what I say. Yeah. Yeah. As long as no one talks to me about what I said, they don't go like, well, why'd you say that? And you go, okay. Yeah, you just immediately get defensive.
Yeah.
Fuck,
What do you got on that list, Elliot? Let me read the list.
I got a whole list. You got me sidetracked thinking about why I'm a piece of shit.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
No. So do you care about film? Are you like a film guy, or do you just did it?
I'm not a film nerd. No.
That takes away.
I like it.
It takes away from some things on the list.
That takes away.
It's just questions. This is just a list of questions.
I like it. I felt like it was. I felt like I was when I got there. I was stupid.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anything about it. Everybody else knew about it, and so I just took the I'm not gonna learn about it. Right. I really did do that. Didn't watch The Godfather for years in film school.
That's the number one thing.
I know.
Have you seen it?
Since then, I still haven't seen part 2.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was great.
It's great.
It was good.
What do you watch like when you're home?
Been trying to do that stuff less. I've been trying to consume less. I've really just been trying to just kind of zone out, not do anything.
Just
when
nothing.
I'm home, yeah.
Just zen out.
Yeah.
I love that.
I've been really trying.
You just meditating?
Well, like to write usually, but usually I don't write anything down.
Yeah. How do you usually write jokes? You just sit with a notebook, or what the fuck?
I don't know. I want to start doing that though.
You just come up. Did it just stuff occur to you? Stuff occurs to you?
I don't
randomly?
know. A lot of stuff was drinking notes, which is great. The last year was a lot of deciphering old drinking notes and turning it into material. That I wasn't the whole time I wasn't doing stand up. I was still writing insane things into my phone.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That was still the plan. I was just too drunk to pursue it.
So now do you sit down and try to write?
I've been trying to. Most of the time it's again looking through old notebooks to find old bits that I never fleshed out and then trying to flesh them out. But I don't know. I get really worried when I don't think of any ideas because that just seems to be like random,
Yeah.
You can't sit from a notepad and think of like a new bit. It's like totally just random if it comes or not.
Yeah.
You can flesh them out.
I sit with a notebook and I just flesh out stuff.
Yeah, you can't think of a new thing.
Yeah. Dude, it's so hard. So wait, when you talk about you want to just do nothing, like what's your ideal day? What's like the perfect Zen day if everything goes right?
I don't know. I do comedy that day. Okay. Have a good set. Mm-hmm. Work on something.
What are you doing in the daytime though?
Work.
Oh yeah.
10 to 6.
10 to 6.
Clock in, clock out.
You sound like a greatest generation person.
I know.
Not even a boomer. That was like, how old were your grandparents?
I don't have any anymore, but they were like, my mom's side I think was a little bit younger. I think they were born in like the 40s. I don't
know. I just feel like when you get past the boomers, they just didn't even know. Beyond work, they were like, I die. They didn't care at all.
Yeah.
Like,
they just needed the distraction
from the horror of
life.
So your ideal is to have a full-time job.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't feel that way over COVID that it was like, if you don't have anything to do, you want to kill yourself.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I need a job.
Yeah.
I hate my days off.
Yep. Because it's the feeling of like, when you waste them, it's like, I wasted it. Yeah. You never don't waste it. I don't know how to not waste it. I always feel like I wasted it.
Okay, but if you're at home not watching anything, what do you just...
How do I waste it?
Do you have an instrument?
No. I wish. I have a guitar that I don't know how to play.
You should try
Sometimes
and play
I
that.
hold it and look at it.
That's what that takes up about 80% of my time where I don't have anything to do.
Really?
Strumming.
I should learn how to play.
It's not hard.
I think it is hard. I think it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, well,
it's not easy.
Just learn. If you learn like 3 or 4 chords, you can bullshit it.
I love to write songs. I think I really would.
That's fun. I've done it.
I'm sure it is fun.
Yeah, you just learn 3 chords. 4 chords.
Would you have you ever considered doing like a Sandler thing with your? I would genuinely be interested in it for that. Like to be able to use it for every once in a while doing like a song or something. If it's good, if it's real funny.
I've thought about it, but I don't know if I'd ever get good enough to have the confidence. Just feel like when musicians are on stage, you know, they're always really good at least the instrument. They still, like, even if the song sucks,
they can play it.
Like,
they know how to play it.
Yeah, they're moving up and down. They're doing all kinds of chords, and you're like,
yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times those guys, like comedy music people, the song sounds pretty good, and you're like, well,
the joke
is horrible. I hate it, but okay.
Did you expect to see so much bad comedy all the time?
No.
No?
No, I wasn't prepared for that.
It's craziness.
It was comforting. When I got here, I was starry-eyed about New York. And then I realized it was just like there's a larger quantity of comedy.
Yeah, so much.
So much horrible stuff every day. So much
comedy. But it is nice that you can always do it.
Yeah.
If if there is a mic to do every day.
How do you feel like okay, so we've covered that we haven't gotten anywhere with our comedy. We've established
I don't know. If you haven't either, that's great. I don't want to.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. Like,
okay.
I've progressed in a sense that, like, I know I'm better at comedy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We can measure that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you at least enjoy that?
Yeah.
Okay. It feels good to get better, though.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
hopefully it means something.
What's your goal? What's your comedy goal, though? Like,
I want to be able to actually do it and know if I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that like to do? You know, like, I mean, what club spots are 10 to 15 minutes, and then every night you do a couple of those. I don't even know what it's like to do it. I'm just doing a version of it that isn't really it.
Yeah, that's what's hard about New York too. Is there's so many clubs.
Yeah, so many clubs, but they're all full.
Yeah. Like, how do I get into one?
I don't think anyone can.
This is the sobering reality of comedy. That's what this episode's about. No, it's true though. Did you going in? Did it seem easier?
I thought it was gonna be I really thought this. I would say this to people too. It's like when I had to talk to my uncles about it, because I had to tell them. You know, I was film school, and you know they knew I was doing that instead of like trying to get a normal degree. So I told them it was like, oh, stand-up, though, is a meritocracy. Where it's like if you work really hard at it and you get really good, people push the good people forward. But that was before social media, where it's all just, you know, now it's not even based on TV credits. It's based on how many fucking followers you have.
Yeah, TikTok seems to be big.
Crazy.
Do you have a TikTok?
I never posted anything on it. I want to. But I had it for a while. I had to delete it because I got addicted to it.
So many comedians just
Russia? What the fuck are those videos from? Who knows what's going on there?
Yeah, like they are Eastern. Yeah.
Are they prisoners? For real? How would you know?
No, you would not.
Yeah. Is Pornhub sending reps out there to check?
No.
Yeah.
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 So, but
anyway,
social media.
Social media is
a scary world. We don't need it. Social media is like full of softcore porn now, though. Am I wrong, or is that just...
Yeah, TikTok in particular. TikTok was sending me down weird, like, I can't... So I got sober this time in September, last September, 22.
Yeah.
And then I started smoking weed again this past summer, May 23. And the first night I got high, I like went on TikTok, because I'd been on TikTok. And I realized that it was for sure like Chinese like all at once I kind of realized that it was like psyops, that it was like, because all the things I was getting on it, like I was getting like interviews with Dylan Klebold's mom.
Yeah,
like
who is that again?
Like the Columbine kid's mom.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I was getting on TikTok. I was getting like weird like. It's like, and the other apps don't give me that. So when people are like, oh, it's just showing you what you like.
Yeah, the default of TikTok is weird.
Like, try to, I don't know. I think it found out certain things about me that I'm, obese and unsuccess, like all the checklists of someone that's crazy and is
Yeah.
trying to radicalize me even more because it's fucking, I don't know.
I agree with that. I mean, when I first got on TikTok, it was weird. Like I did it this year because I was like, oh,
That's crazy.
I have to get comedy views, and it is just such a bizarre mix of things they show you. You think they're trying to sow division in our society? Is that?
I think it might be that. Yeah.
I think that's not far fetched at all.
I think it probably. Why wouldn't it be that? They don't let, their version of the app is different in China.
Yeah.
They censor stuff.
It's so easy for them
To what?
to divide our society with
Oh,
TikTok.
yeah.
I mean, that's the easiest.
I really hope we don't have to go to war with them.
No, I don't know about that. I don't think we will.
Yeah.
We're too dependent. Let's talk geopolitics now. Let's talk Israel-Palestine.
I love talking Israel-Palestine.
Do you have any bit? No, never mind. No, but honestly, if you're like the Chinese government, that is the best idea
TikTok?
ever. We're just like, let's just make a
You gotta
good.
delete it, man. Delete it.
I gotta delete it.
They have all of them are TikTok now anyway. You can get TikToks on YouTube, get TikToks on Facebook, TikTok on Twitter.
But see, now I got my feed. It's mostly like camping stuff,
Oh, that's nice.
and I have New York apartments I can't afford, and then people that I'm friends with. It's not horrible. I don't go on it though, really, unless I'm gonna post something.
Do you get sucked into it when you go on it?
No. It's like the stupidest.
I get sucked into it.
You get sucked into it? I can't. It was so bizarre. There's so much bad music and dancing.
Well, it's like the algorithm changes so that you get the stuff that you don't get the stuff that is really like what is this?
What's the kind of subject that like sends you down an internet rabbit hole? Are you into like conspiracy things or like history shit or?
I like all that. Both of those things I like.
What was on TikTok?
I freaked my friends out recently telling them about Moloch, Baphomet and stuff. Old world, old fucking Holy Land gods.
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Your friends are telling you about this?
No, I was telling them about it and I freaked them out.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how'd they get freaked out?
They just were weirded out that I knew the names of them. They were like, "Why do you know the names?"
I got friends like
it's
that.
It's fun to,
Yeah.
It's fun to know.
So what is Moloch? It's like a Babylonian thing?
It must have been that time period, yeah, because it was pre Judeo-Christian, any of that stuff. But I think it was like a child sacrifice god that they all worshipped. And then the Jews were like, God's like, no, not him. Don't worship him. That guy's bad.
People knock the Bible, man. We got.
Hey! They were worshiping child sacrifice gods, right?
That's right. You're fucking rebellious child.
Yeah, that was the peak of my, rebelliousness.
Yeah, I wasn't rebellious.
I wish I was.
I just did it. I mean, I don't regret it.
Were you bad at all as a kid? No. I wish I was bad as a kid.
I smoked weed in high school.
Are you in trouble?
That was the baddest thing I did. No, I got away with it.
The whole time?
Yeah, because I'd just go smoke weed at my friend's house.
Okay, that's good.
And we'd come back from my friend's house. We'd be like high as fuck. Like me and my friend, my mom would pick us up. It's like 3 friends involved in this circle of getting stoned.
Yeah.
We'd go to the bad friend's house,
smoke
weed, and then come home. And then my mom never
thought anything of it.
It's crazy. She
probably knew.
We must. No, because I talked to her about it years later. I'm like, we go to Henry's and smoke weed, and she's like, no. Like, oh. Sorry.
That's funny.
She was like a little disturbed.
That's funny.
She was like, you were smoking weed? I'm like, I can't believe you didn't know. I assumed you knew.
Yeah, and she was just being cool.
I thought she was cool. She just was totally oblivious. We just smelled like herbs and spices. What's your fast food of choice?
I don't know. Popeyes was new for me this past year or two.
You ever had Popeyes?
Oh man, that's top tier, man. Crazy good.
It's really good.
So good.
When I lived in New Orleans, I had Popeyes once a week. Yeah.
I would get the Toucandine That was my move. I always get a $2.9 for one person. 5, 10. I think it's 6 tenders and
I get
two
the
biscuits.
five tender box.
Oh yeah,
It's a good deal.
tenders. I'm not into. I like fried chicken, but I don't like the idea of the fast food fried chicken with the bones and stuff in it. I'd rather it be like, I don't know, processed more when it's fast food.
Yeah, and you want the dipping sauce.
Yeah.
It's about the blackened ranch is what it's about. Yeah. I get 2
What's the difference between the blackened and the buttermilk?
I've never had the other one.
Oh.
I think one's just regular. This is blackened is spicy.
Okay.
I had to stop eating it because I just shit fire.
Really?
Yeah, it was destroy me. At 3 a.m.
I was getting... The Popeyes was my worst food thing that I would do, though. Because I didn't really lose that much weight when I quit drinking because I was doing crazy food things. One of the things I would do is I would do the big family sandwich bundle from Popeyes.
Yeah.
It'd be 4 Popeyes chicken sandwiches, 3 tenders, and a large fry. I think that was it. But I'd eat all of it in one sitting.
Damn.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, that was good.
I'd be so sick every time.
Yeah,
so sick.
It makes you feel ill. That's why I had to stop.
Yeah.
I stopped eating it.
Full after 2 sandwiches. But it doesn't stay. It doesn't. You can't refrigerate Popeyes.
Yeah.
It's disgusting the next day.
You know what's also I found with Popeyes is I'd eat the 5 tender box and I'd be hungry like 3 hours later. It's not really food of any kind.
No, it's not.
It's a substance.
It goes right through you.
You notice you could smell a Popeyes.
Yeah. But Popeyes at least smells like chicken. KFC smells like fucking churros and like sugar, and it's weird. It smells like donuts.
There's no KFC in Louisiana. It just doesn't survive.
There's no KFC?
Dominated by Popeyes.
That's good.
And Cane's.
How's Cane's? I never had Cane's.
That's good.
I had the Dave's spicy spice thing here. Dave's hot chicken or whatever.
Yeah.
Hot Dave. It was hot, but it was, you know.
Would you say
it was fun? Reaper thing is it was 10 minutes of like.
Oh, you did the spicy challenge.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes of like, oh, this is uncomfortable, but it didn't hurt.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. People can do it. I thought it was gonna be worse.
That's the other thing. I used to eat really spicy food. Now.
Just because you're here, you do less?
No, I just eat. It destroys my intestines. I would still do it.
Oh, but you have to do it less.
I'd probably eat Popeyes once a week. I'd probably eat spicy wings.
Were you ever big fat?
I was.
Retarded?
Well, dude, in New Orleans. In New Orleans, I was probably. At some point, I was about 20 pounds heavier than I am now, and I don't gain weight easily, so I was fucking just.
So never crazy fat.
But yeah, it was the Popeyes once a week. I'd drink like 4 Cokes every afternoon. I was working an office job.
Heavy Cokes? Full Cokes?
Well, I worked with a big obese man, and he kept the fridge stocked with vanilla Coke. You go to Costco every week and buy a pallet of vanilla Coke and fill the mini fridge of the accounting office. So,
wants to die.
Like I was paid $13 an hour, but my fringe benefits were unlimited.
Unlimited vanilla Coke. Disgusting.
Yeah, vanilla Coke, and then the Popeyes, and then the drinking.
Oh man, I like cherry Coke.
You got a regular.
This is a 0.
Oh, okay.
No sugar.
Turning over a new leaf.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Is that what you replaced drinking with? Was it just eating? Did you?
I was eating too, but I was drinking.
Yeah. Did you eat more when you stopped though?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I think with the drinking, I would drink so much that I would like not process all the food that I was eating. Because I'd binge eat too, but I think it would just come out as like diarrhea before I like processed it. I was drinking a lot. I was drinking like over a bottle of liquor every day at work, and then I would usually keep going.
That's like Guns N' Roses numbers right there.
Great. It was great.
Was it vodka?
It was whatever.
It was just whatever?
Yeah, the deal with the job is it became a bad thing. Mm-hmm. Because like I said, I like manage the office of wherever I'm at, and the boss guy drinks a lot, and one of my jobs is to keep like a full bar stocked in the office. But it's also I'm encouraged to drink as much as I want of it whenever. And like I've always loved it. Just was like a great, perfect storm, terrible drink. So I would like drink an entire bottle and be like, oh, we're out of vodka. I guess I'll take the company card and replace it. So it was unlimited.
And that was good for the.
It was free.
Like that was not frowned upon.
No, if anything, it was like it's nice to have someone else, And then I was always insane with it, so I'd always embarrass myself and be more of a, just be belligerent and yelling and.
Dude, I wish we could get more to your job because that's just bonkers.
I know.
It's crazy. It's like working in a frat house.
I know.
But sanctioned and salaried?
You
get paid hourly?
Now it's salary. Then it wasn't. I almost got fired for that. It's crazy.
So what do you do? You down in cokes in the office? What do you?
What do you mean? Instead of drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coke Zero.
LaCroix mostly. Just fucking 15 LaCroix
Hammer?
every single day.
I do that, dude.
Yeah.
You put a drink in front of me, it goes down.
Yeah. It's water. Why not?
Yeah. That's why I would just have the vanilla. It's good that my office is stocked with vanilla Coke.
Not even diet. The diet would have saved that man's life, man.
Yeah.
That giant man that was drinking the vanilla Coke.
Well, he's doing all right. I mean, he's healthy, but.
I didn't mean literally he would die, but it would.
I just want to be clear, he's doing well. Relatively,
He's gonna see this.
He's got his own problem. He's not gonna watch it.
That's what's nice about this,
Yeah.
I never posted mine, but I was trying to do podcasts a couple earlier last year, like March and April and May of last year.
Oh yeah, I know no one's gonna watch it.
I never posted it, but people have been watching it, right?
Well, my first video with Jake got 100 views, and then the next two have about 60.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
On YouTube, Instagram, what are you doing?
On YouTube.
Cool.
Ideally, I want to clip it and put clips on Instagram with links to YouTube, and then I guess ideally I'd put it on Spotify or Podbean, but I just don't think it matters. I just want to work on it.
Yeah.
It's just another thing to like.
This counts as a comedy thing too, like for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This counts. I'm like, I didn't do a mic today. This is like working towards your career or something.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like that's what you just have to do here.
Producing content.
That's the thing about New York is like I would never do this in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Like in Louisiana, people at the open mics are just like drinking at the bar, and then they hang out at the mic all night. They do it's one mic a night, and they hang out all night and chit chat and drink 8 High Lifes, which is about $10 in Louisiana. Fuck it.
It sounds like the life. It sounds great.
I mean, New Orleans is the place to throw your life away, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah. It's condoned by the whole city.
It's what everybody's doing there.
Yeah. Like, there's no work being done in the month of February. The Mardi Gras season, the carnival season.
Are you going?
No.
How often do you go?
My girlfriend wants to go. No.
You should go. What's her deal? Is she also from there?
No, she's from Ohio.
Did you met her here in New York?
No, we met in New Orleans.
Okay.
She lived there about a year, and then she moved up here with me.
Cool.
So it's new to her.
Yeah.
But I was in New Orleans for about 8 years, and I've come to resent Mardi Gras a little bit because it's like it's so aggressive in the way it shuts the city down. Traffic is horrible. There's parades blocking major intersections every day. And then everyone's just like, oh, get in the stupid costume. They have some kind of sparkly thing for you. I don't like dressing up, but people are like, no, we're all dressing like Rick and Morty characters.
Oh,
and
no.
You go to the parade and you sit in a lawn chair and you fucking just drink bad beer. And you're surrounded by, it's fun. The parades are surreal. They're just massive floats with like big characters on them.
Why do you hate it so much?
Because it's like you don't do anything for an entire month. I hate it. It's like sidetracks your whole life.
You want to be busier.
Like, you're not. I want to just feel like I'm progressing at something.
Yes.
That's the whole reason. That's one of the whole reasons I moved here. I want to just feel like I'm making progress.
Yeah. Why be here if you're not?
Yeah.
It's It's such a terrible place to be.
It's a terrible.
That was the other thing with the drinking, man. I had I got a dog over COVID, and up until shortly after I quit drinking, I had the dog up here with me. Now the dog is in Florida with my parents, but I wasn't really doing any stand up too because of that. Because I was just I was completely like did not have the time at all.
You mean for having the dog?
Well, I had the job and the dog,
You
and I
gotta
was a
walk
full-blown
it.
alcoholic. Well, my dog was a husky, so it was like, it was weird. It was fucked. It was a fucked situation.
It's a work dog.
Well, yeah, it's not a dog. I felt bad, like, go to work and then, like, walk the dog and then be out all night. It felt terrible.
Yeah, dog wants to be in the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Now
think
it's in
about
Florida.
where would you live if you weren't in New York and didn't care about comedy?
I don't know. I wish my parents hadn't moved from Buffalo. I wish me and my sister grew up in Buffalo.
Is it cool? I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I feel like I would feel more at home, though. Like, more people like me. Everybody's kind of fat in Buffalo, too.
Yeah.
It's like,
I appreciate the Bills fandom
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know why. There's a bit of an abandon.
Yeah.
They're pitching themselves off of cars onto tables to
Yeah.
celebrate.
Yeah. They love it.
It's awesome.
They love it.
You're like, we're being idiots for this.
They love it. My parents love it still.
They invented wings.
It's so nice that they're good now. I mean, they still haven't won, but it's so nice that they're good.
Yeah.
They just weren't good for years and years and years. They all watched anyway. It's nuts.
Did you play football at all?
Tried to.
Okay.
I played one season of tackle when I was in middle school, and I hated it because I was too fat for the kids my age, so they put me with the bigger kids and they beat the shit out of me.
Yeah. Actually strong kids.
Yeah, and I was fat too. I was fat and young, so I wasn't athletic, so they put me on the fucking line.
Yeah.
And he would just, whoever it was, would just completely shove me over.
Just be plowed over
Yeah,
every play.
every single play.
This is why I didn't play football.
Yeah, stupid.
I was a tiny
And I
child.
would just cry every day.
Yeah.
Be like, please let me quit. Be like, we spent $50 on it or whatever. You have to do it for the whole year.
Damn, bro. And then you get made fun of because you're crying. Or did you cry on the field?
I didn't cry in the field.
Okay.
No.
That's good.
Not in middle school. That's elementary.
Fucking pussy!
Yeah.
Well, they weren't saying that. There's a lot more homosexual.
They felt bad for me.
A lot more gay slurs being tossed around at the time.
Dude, I was surprised by high school track. They brought some of that weird homoerotic sports stuff to high school track, where they were smacking each other's asses and stuff. Like, they'd be like, oh, good play, and they'd smack each other's behind.
Did you
What are
do track?
doing? I tried to be athletic.
Do you like
I swam
shot
for
put
a
or
while.
like
shot
jab-
put, discus, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I swam for a while too. That was the best shape I was ever in. Was when I was swimming.
Oh, that shit's so hard.
It's good. It's good. It was like 1 year of my life. It was great.
Why don't you do that?
I can't. Where am I gonna swim?
I don't know. Find a YMCA in Bay Ridge.
Disgusting. The pools here have to be disgusting.
You could box.
Maybe I should box.
That's a good idea. I boxed. That was the best shape I was ever in.
Really?
I haven't worked out at all in New York because it's so hard to leave the house.
It's so anxiety inducing everywhere. How do you do the train, man? If you say you have anxiety, how do you fucking do that blue train, man? The ACE
I don't
is
have
terrible.
anxiety like that.
No training, no social anxiety. That's good.
No, I mean I do. I'm tense on the train, but it's not like a.
That's not your particular thing.
Yeah, it's not like something that prevents me from going out.
The blue train sucks. The one time I saw someone pull a knife out on the blue train, swinging it around.
Yeah, someone tried to fight me very early on. That was kind of traumatic for me. I mean, I just never.
For no reason.
It was
Just
8
came up.
a.m.
Just came up. So of course it was for no reason.
I brushed him with my backpack, and he was like, "I'll fucking knock you the fuck out. I'll fucking slap the shit out of you. Fuck you up." And I was so shocked. I'm just like sitting there. This guy's in my face, like staring a hole through me. And I'm like, I'm just trying to go to work. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He's like, oh, fuck you, touch me with a fucking bag. I'll fucking beat the shit out of you. I'm like, I'm not touching you with a fucking bag. I just brushed you with it. What the fuck?
But he was done. He walked away.
Yeah, he didn't knock me out. But he spent the next 10 minutes
Staring
at me, and then I'm just looking away. Got my music, and I just see him. And I'd look at him, and I'd be like, he was like, "What are you doing this for? What are you doing this?" And I'm just like, I just need to not engage with this man. Oh, and so like that stuck with me. Every time I go on the train, I'm very on edge, you know.
Someone's gonna,
but that feels
for
like
no reason, freak out on you.
I don't think that's a thing I need to talk to someone about. That feels just normal.
The train, I feel like, everybody's supposed to just be terrified on the train all the time.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Dude, one time I was on the train, the blue train, this train that you came on.
I hate this train.
I've caused you to take. So
no, you have a nice place. It's worth it to take that terrible train.
It's cool. And the neighborhood's actually very nice.
Yeah.
But there was a drunk lady. She was wandering around. She had a glass bottle, and she broke it on one of the chairs. And then she was like menacing it at people. She's like, fuck you up, you know, whatever. And then I turn around. There's these old ladies. They just started pulling knives out. I was like, all right.
They were ready to fucking defend themselves.
I got really happy. I'm like, okay, we're in good hands.
That's awesome.
We got the Brooklyn old lady
old
squadron.
Ladies gonna defend all the fucking transplants on the train.
It was like something out of like a 70s comedy, like an airplane type movie where like I just turn around and this like it was like in a line in succession, just switchblades.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot sometimes.
I saw a crazy person. There was a full crowded like 8 a.m. train or 9 a.m. train, and it was like it was full crowded, right? On the L, and we were pulling into like a random one, like a Morgan or whatever, and Morgan Ave or something, and that crazy guy gets on the train. He's just like laughing. He's like, and everybody like moves, dude. Like crowds even more to the other side, and he just like. You know, stops laughing and sits down and takes a seat. Just good. It's just a trick.
Usually if you don't make eye contact, you're good.
Yeah.
That's the worst, though. Sometimes they're like, hey, look at me.
I've never gotten mugged here either.
That's good. I haven't gotten mugged.
Lucky.
The other day I heard about one of my friends getting mugged, and I laughed. I'm such
Adam?
Not Adam,
yeah.
But our mutual friend was like, yo, you know, DJ got mugged on the train. I'm like, it is kind of funny to imagine your friend getting mugged.
How scary is it? How scary was his? Was it like
I haven't talked to him about it. I haven't seen him. No, it's not funny at all. But
it's very funny.
Think about a friend of yours who seems goofy.
My friend got jumped recently. By kids. They were like 15.
See, that's funny.
But he ran. They didn't get anything, but they jumped him.
It's funny.
But he had to run, even though they were 14 or whatever, 13.
If you're outnumbered, you're outnumbered.
Yeah.
The children, dude. The children robbed the restaurant I work at. The children are scary.
The children robbed the restaurant?
Yeah, you know, there's like kids in New York who just walk around with ski masks and they just look to snatch. They don't have guns, but they... You know, we used to keep the cash kind of near on like the bar, and they kind of would look at the cash and then try and snatch it.
When you opened it? Or when someone opened it?
Or when we just looked away. They come in, they ask for like a cup of water, and you go get the water, and then they take the cash. So just don't be an idiot. I have idiot coworkers that just like went to the back.
Yeah.
Like when they come in when I'm there, they're like, "Oh, could I get a water?" Like I just take the cash and I just put it in my pocket. Like,
you don't even open the register, yeah.
I'm like, "You're not."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of restaurant is it?
It's like Southern food.
Oh, that fits. Right?
What? Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of.
This is the first job I got here. The first place that hired me.
Would you consider yourself Southern or no?
Oh yeah, yeah. I just don't have the accent.
Yeah.
But like I actually have a lot of family in Jersey. My dad's from Jersey.
And your mom is from...
But my mom's from Louisiana, and I grew up around all those people. Like, big Cajun family. So,
Cajun?
Yeah, very specific. You know, if you know. But, yeah, I consider myself Southern.
Cool.
I had no plans of leaving New Orleans.
Then why did you?
COVID is really what sent me here. I kind of grew up with the sense that like New York is like fuck New York.
Yeah.
And even when I got into like comedy, and then, I was as an actor, I was always like, I can just do it here in New Orleans. I don't need to move. And then during COVID, I was unemployed and had unemployment money. And I visited my friend who lives in Bushwick, and I was like, oh, this place is actually cool.
This is dope.
I was like, this is dope. You can do stuff here? Because Louisiana, you just can't do anything. There's just no industry.
It's so nice to be able to just walk everywhere. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, you can't walk. There is like cool music and like there's cool scenes. Like the comedy's fun.
Yeah.
The open mics in New Orleans are so much fun because they have real crowds and they're in odd places.
Maybe I didn't do a mic. I mean, we were only there for 3 days. I only did comedy the one day I was there, so maybe I didn't even do a mic. But I did that show. You gotta tell me off the air about this guy.
I will tell you.
Yeah.
We will not speak about him on the air. You know what was funny? So I was unemployed, and then my old accounting boss, who I wasn't working for anymore, hired me to do his job under the table. He was working remotely. He's like, you come to my house, I pay you cash, you do the job, and I'm going to look for other jobs. I'm like, that sounds great. And so I was just doing this weird job at his house in New Orleans. And I remember I was listening a lot to the Tim Dillon show a lot.
Oh. While it was amazing, right?
Yeah, it was great during COVID and pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And he would just say stuff like Tim Dillon's always just rant about how you have to move to New York.
Yeah.
And then it was like great motivational speaking to me. I was like, I do need to move to New York.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just got to stop kidding myself.
You did it.
You're not going to be in a dive bar in I mean, we haven't gotten anywhere here. If you're in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. And, I'm just, I think it's funny and it's also good to try to, stay humble.
Yeah.
When you're with the open mic stuff and be like, oh, we haven't gotten anywhere. Obviously, there's all these things that are mostly intangible that we can.
You have to be realistic.
See how we've progressed, You
have to be realistic.
Yeah.
Though. There's no one's asking us to do anything.
Yeah, for the most part.
That's the goal. The goal is to have people ask, essentially be like,
right.
we
not have to pay. I paid $8 for an open mic last night.
Was it Comic Strip? Where was it?
It was at Caravan of Dreams.
It's $8?
It was $5. It was. I had to.
Oh, you had to get a drink.
I had to get a drink, and then I had to pay the host separate.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's. Yeah, the goal is just to fucking be able to be paid.
Kind of, right?
So.
Do the people working? This is my question. Do the people working in the clubs have they don't have enough money to quit their day jobs?
They're not being paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only way you can quit your day job, as far as I can tell in comedy, is if you make money off a podcast.
No, that's true. Yeah. You know what? That's true.
Or you tour. But people who tour do best if they have a good podcast. Or you have like an internet
is
following.
Kind of fucking necessary now. I think too that the weird it has to be like about something. You have to find a niche is like such a weird way to go about it. Because then it's like I feel like it's short. It like shrinks your whole the chance of anyone even watching it. If it's about something just weird and specific, because it's like, oh, no one's thought of that one.
There's a guy in New Orleans who has a podcast, and I love this guy. He's not watching, in case. He has a podcast about The Simpsons. And, he's a comedian. I'm like, does this...
Does he write for The Simpsons?
No. It's like, where's this going to get you? Do people want to hear you talk about The Simpsons in a funny way? It's already a better show than anything you could bring to a stage.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Like, why are you doing
Oh, man. You did tell him this, though, right?
No, I haven't told him that.
Oh, man.
Well, he might just be doing it for a hobby. He's not super into, he's just one of those people who does comedy. Is at peace with himself. I hope.
Yeah,
I do.
It's got to be strange, man. Because I don't know if I didn't really do it enough in Florida to have a community that I left.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have a community that you like.
Oh yeah.
I'll remember you guys.
It's 100%. Most of them are still there. Some moved to Austin.
Okay, cool.
That's the big destination.
And that's full now, right? That's nobody wants. You should move there now.
Yeah, I mean, everyone says that's the place to move. I'm sure it is full
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah, some moved to Los Angeles.
Kill Tony's doing shows at stadiums or whatever.
So
You ever see it now, or it's just like they're in? How many comedians are in the audience at Kill Tony in Austin?
It's got to be all
100,000 comedians are there.
Just hoping their name will be called. I can't stand Kill Tony.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Kill Tony, but I hate roast comedy.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what is. If you watch Tony Hinchcliffe, what does he talk about?
I can't. I don't know. It seems like that, you're talking about like the podcast is good. That also, it seems like, has been everybody I know that has gotten into clubs in some way.
Yeah.
Like, that are club adjacent can, like, go to the club without being, like, kicked out or whatever. Like, get out of here!
Who are you?
Yeah. It seems like it was all roast battle shit.
And social media stuff, too.
Yeah.
I know some people who have big... You go, oh, why are they on that show? And they go, they have a huge TikTok following. They're big on Instagram. You're like, oh. But yeah, the way you make money is touring. That's it. Like,
so do we just have to go viral on the internet now? Is that the only way to do it?
Yeah, well, you need someone to come to your show. You can go on tour for free. Anyone can go on tour. You can get some dates together.
You just might have nobody there.
You do a Jorge Velasquez show.
Yeah. There were some people there.
There would be a tip bucket. We'll give you some cut of the tip bucket, but if you're gonna quit your day job, you have to be able to go to clubs and sell out the room, or at least sell enough tickets to make it worth the trip. Yeah, that's what I've gleaned.
Festivals? I edited a festival tape today where I was like, okay, I think this I can send to festivals. I think.
I don't see festivals as I think is just another way to network.
Is it? I have no idea.
I think it is. Because you go and you meet comedians you'd never meet, or people.
And then you go and you spend how much money to go?
Well, you have fun, hopefully.
I don't know. Have you done one?
No, I'd like to.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what to do.
You probably just stay at a Holiday Inn. Just stare at the curtains.
Wait for your 5-minute set on this 3-day weekend?
Yeah. They're in weird places. It'd be like Roanoke, Virginia.
Yeah.
The Roanoke Comedy Festival. And you go to Roanoke, I can see that. There's a huddle house in the parking lot.
Oh.
Of the Holiday Inn you stay in.
Speaking of huddle.
Yeah.
That is one thing they did in New Orleans that freaked me out.
What do you mean?
Before the show, all the comedians that were on the show, we walked out front of the bar.
There was a pep talk.
And we all got into a huddle and did a pep talk, and we all were like, all in now. And we all put our hands and we were like, we are funny, or whatever we said. Crazy.
This is why
I had no idea what was going on. They don't do that here.
They do that at every show. Every show down there, there's a huddle.
They do?
A pre-game huddle. Every mic is a huddle.
What the fuck is that? That's crazy.
That's why you got to get out. I thought that was comedy.
That's crazy.
I thought everyone comes to the mic and supports each other and drinks.
No, everybody hates each other.
And you get in a huddle.
Everybody's jealous. Everybody hates each other.
They read the list. The host reads the list. Everyone claps for each comedian.
Nope.
Full bar. The bar is full of audience members.
That want to see it.
30 people will come.
Love comedy.
Or they just live in the neighborhood and they know that there's like, comedy tonight. So full bar, you're like buzzing. You're like, you're in the huddle. It's like a real huddle, You're like, oh fuck, we're gonna do comedy, and then be 30 comedians doing 3 or 4 minute sets because there's too many to do 5-minute sets.
It's terrible.
Terrible comedy. Crushing, just crushing.
It's the best.
Or not.
Or not. Sometimes.
Not crushing sometimes. Sometimes you have 30 people to judge you. But usually crushing. So yeah, it's just a different experience.
I always bomb when I go back home. Always.
You do? In Florida?
Yeah.
Well, what rooms do you do there? Do you do dive bars? That's like the South.
I haven't done it in forever until my friend set it up. He set up a show. My friend James, who does comedy in New York now, but we went to high school together in Florida. Tried to do comedy down there, but so he set up a show in my hometown this past holiday, and I was on it, and it was cool because like people from the area went, and it was like
for old friends and stuff.
Old friend, my parents were there, which was cool too. But I didn't really. It sucked, man. I Didn't realize till the end. It's like, how long have I been doing this? How many times have I done this?
You're not talking
where
into
I
the
didn't
mic?
realize till the end that if I would have moved the mic down a little bit, the echo would have been gone. Because the entire set, I was adjusting for the echo. You know, being like, oh, I hate that there's a fucking echo in this mic, and I have to like pause more after every like. And then at the very end, I like realized that it.
And they could see you're getting pissed off on stage.
Yeah, and I started with a bit about. I'm trying to get this bit to work about like mass shootings, where I'm like, I'm not gonna kill everybody here. I know everybody thinks I'm a white guy but. So I just want to say everybody, because I feel like that's like that's like the way to do it.
Maybe. I've always found if I ever have a bit where I'm even a little bit doubtful of, we're going down. The set's tanking. It tanks my whole set.
Save it for the end.
I did a show at the Grizzly Pear in Midtown.
Oh, sick.
Like it was an independent show, so it has nothing to do with the club. And I started
Can you
with
take pictures though.
Fuck. This is why we're not.
Who knows though? Well, how is anyone else gonna know it's not at the club?
I know.
But sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I just started with a joke I was doubtful of, and it didn't do well, and then I just a horrible bomb. Full of just a skeptical Midtown audience.
Get out of it? What could you have done? Just not freaked out?
Not freaked out. I freak out when I bomb.
When you start to bomb?
Sometimes I can get out of it. Sometimes I escape the bomb before it really happens.
Yeah.
But I can feel it happening, and sometimes I freak out.
Yeah.
I freeze
on
up.
A show, of course. It's because it is important.
This is what I found about really good comedians, is in their pauses, you still feel good. You don't feel tense. I think I make people tense when I don't know. When I'm thinking on stage, I feel like I make people very tense.
I never thought about it that way before. That's interesting.
Because
the pauses, the comfort in the pauses.
If you watch people at like the Comedy Cellar, they can muse, and you're still enjoying yourself watching them. But if I'm musing on stage, it's like people are like, "Oh God, he's dying up there.
He's gonna fuck up.
He's gonna fuck up." I think they see my real face for a second.
He's gonna fuck up. Oh, he's gonna fuck up.
That's my big problem. I'll pause for too long.
You think? I don't know. Oh, you do that?
When I'm bombing. See, this doesn't happen at Halyard's because it's a friend. I know that everybody
loves everybody at the Friday mic.
But if I know the audience is skeptical and I start bombing, I'll do the pause where I'm like, and you can just see it on my face how sad I am. I think, this is my theory. I'm working on being better at pausing.
Dude, that's fucking, I don't know. That's inside baseball shit, you know?
Maybe.
It is.
Yeah.
It's cool.
You watch a really good comedian. They can sit between jokes and be like, what else do I want to talk about? And you're just like, yeah, I can't wait.
It's interesting.
You're like, I can't wait for what you have next.
I wonder.
Where at open mics, the pause is like, do they have anything else? They're going to look at their notebook.
I don't know, man. It was interesting going. I went with Jarrett.
Uh-huh.
Shout out Jarrett. I went with Jarrett
to Florida.
To the comic strip. I went to the Comedy Cellar with Jarrett recently to watch a show. Not recently, probably like 6 or 7 months ago.
Yeah,
we went to the Comedy Cellar, we watched a show. It was crazy. It felt like they were doing something completely different. Mm-hmm. The laughs were so. It was like
sharp.
It was full the entire time. Like the room was full of laughter. At every second, there was still echoes of laughter. There wasn't like long, like no laughter. There wasn't like there's a guy that goes up and gets 2 laughs.
Dude, I was there last night. It was crazy.
At the Cellar?
Uh-huh.
What'd you see?
Emma Williman, fucking Caitlin Palufo, Dave Attell, Moses Storm.
Damn. And
then Hannibal Buress showed up at the end. And it's like that every time I've been.
You're out of your studying. God damn it. I gotta work hard.
It was my birthday last night, so I was like,
Elliot's out here taking notes of pro shows.
This is why you gotta go watch the shows, dude. You can't, dude. The mics is not where you really learn.
That's not. Yeah, you're right.
It's where you practice on yourself. You work on yourself.
You're right.
And we do see great comedy at the mics.
Yeah, we can't shit on all the mics all the time.
Every time I go to a mic in New York, I do see someone where I go, I fucking never heard of this person. They're so much funnier than me. I fucking hate it. That's good. That's a good thing.
I guess that's a good thing.
That's how you get better, right?
I do like the I wish I don't know. I don't know. It is good. It has been good to like force you to talk to people and get better at that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the networking, dude.
Yeah.
I love the Cellar. You gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go more.
I want to go see someone run an hour at Fat Black.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. There's not enough of that in New York. There's almost none of that.
I think that's what it's that place is mostly for. It's like they run hours there.
Oh, like Jim Norton always.
Yeah.
He does an hour every week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that would be cool to see.
Go.
What else we got?
How long have we been going?
We've been going an hour 20. We got stuff, but
We got stuff in there?
Should we wrap it up somehow?
So how
we started very downbeat. I feel like
we can go upbeat?
should there be a good message at the end?
Something
To
positive?
not totally depress the viewers.
Do you think they're depressed?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know who's watching. I don't know who 60 people are that fucking watch.
60 people, man.
The one with me and Jake got 100.
Who's Jay?
Jake.
Jake West.
Jake West.
Okay. Of course I know Jake. Oh my God.
We had a funny time talking about how when you go to mics at clubs, this is a really funny thing, is that the booker will be in the next room and they make a point to not watch.
Yeah.
Like Jake was saying he was doing like a place in Chicago or something, and he saw the booker was like playing arcade games like right outside of the mic. It's just like no curtain or anything. Then he went over and he was like, "Are you the booker?" And the guy was like, "No." Like they won't.
Who are you? Why am I here? Why am I
That's the funny
doing
thing
this?
about the clubs is I guess they get probably bombarded with people trying to get on, but you think maybe they could just watch the mic once. It feels like their job.
Part of their job.
It feels like part of their job.
As the talent coordinator at a club is to see if there's anyone that maybe they should book. Well, everybody's great. Some of those clubs are crazy because they just got a lot of gray-haired comedians at these clubs.
Yeah.
It's like everybody on the lineup is 65 years old.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah, they deserve it. But also,
Do they? I
I don't know.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Good on them.
It's good. Yeah, I'm ready to burn all my material, man.
It's all good.
I'm gonna burn it all. That's what they say it is. When you post it, you burn it.
I feel like that's not true with clips, though. Because it's like you're trying to get attention to yourself, but a lot of them are... Like, I feel like people aren't remembering them. When I first did a clip, I asked someone, I'm like, do you think this is like burning this joke? I can't do it. And they're like, no, there's too much content for anyone to remember your joke.
I think so, too.
So I don't think you could burn it. I don't know. Do you want to do like what's your goal? Like, do you want to be able to do an hour? Would you ever, even if you were just doing mics, would you ever like independently?
I shot a 30-minute special my freshman year of college when I moved here.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So you should do
It was
that
a one-man
now.
show. I did. I cried at the end. That was like part of the one-man show. So I wrote in that I like cry and run off stage. That's how it ended.
That's some NYU shit
Oh, yeah.
right there.
Crazy. It's all about how sad and pathetic I am. Just fat and sad. Nobody loves me.
I bet
That's the whole show.
I bet
loved
people
it.
were so supportive though.
People were crying. People loved it. People loved it. They really did.
Yeah.
They were there. I don't know, but they were all young too. Now people.
Well, dude, college students
Yeah.
love anything like that.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, you're really doing something.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've been filming this doc with my friend from college who actually is that's the one good thing about film school is that I actually do know really talented filmmakers.
Yeah.
That are friends with me, which is great.
Yeah.
But
Can use them.
yeah, I use them all the time. Yeah, the one guy, Robert Gordon, shoots every show we do at the Alana show. I mean, he just sets up his fucking camera.
Yeah.
It's not a huge deal, but Yeah, he's been doing a doc for a while now. We haven't shot it since I got sober, but a few years ago I wanted to like turn my life around. I was like, let's shoot a doc, and it was just a whole year of me like trying to turn my life around and just to getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
That could be a thing in of itself.
Yeah, maybe one.
That sounds like something that would do well at a film festival. Is being like, this is me not turning my life around.
Yeah, he stopped right before he gave me the intervention with everybody else. He stopped.
He was like, we shouldn't be filming a doc about this.
It's good.
That's good.
Yeah, he's a good friend.
That's a good friend thing to do. Like, maybe let's not do a doc anymore.
All right. Well, he's not figuring it out. The doc is not what it was supposed to be. You can stop doing it.
But would you ever like self-produce a special or something?